It is May the 7th, Thursday, with the Mooresville Public Library. This is the Fire Department Oral History interview number 3 with
Michael Deaton.
Okay. And start out, tell us about how you got involved with the fire department.
Well, my dad was on the fire department. He was a chief of the volunteers at that time, and I always wanted to do it. When I got older, of course I had a family and didn't have the time right off, but Erskine Smith was on the rescue squad, and I think he joined the fire department, and he kind of talked me into signing up. I got into it late. I think I was 37, 38 years old before I actually got on. I was right on the line of being able to be a volunteer or not. But I did join, put in 20 years, and enjoyed every minute of it.
Cool. What was your first fire?
First fire, I can remember P.R. Deaton was on at that time, and when I came on, the first thing he said, I think not Kurt Deaton, but Jimmy Deaton, P.R. was on there, and one of the other guys had said, I think it was Dean Baker, had said, this is all we need is another Deaton on the fire department. But first fire, I remember P.R. saying that whenever we put on a new volunteer, we always have a big fire. First fire I went to, I think, was a woods fire that got up into the trees, and of course I had on the water pack on my back that you had to squirt the water up into the trees with. It was back off the road. But that was the first fire I was at.
Wow. What was your most memorable?
Well, of course we had a few fires where people did pass away. Most memorable was probably there was a fire at the end of Kelly Street where a guy had come out and for some reason went back in the house, and myself and another firefighter had to carry him out. He didn't make it. Of course, the kudzu fire, we were there about all night at the kudzu fire, putting it out when it caught on fire.
Let's see. What was the one sort of unbelievable big one that you didn't think would ever happen, or thought you could never control, or?
Well, actually, there was a woods fire off of Highway 150 right there at the railroad tracks on 150 going east. I actually had to pull a hose through the woods. It was a 90-degree day, and it was everywhere. And we did get it out, but it took a long time to do it. And of all the fires I went through, that was the only one that really got to me, and that I was so exhausted. They put me in the truck to cool me off. I couldn't even unzip my turnout gear because I was that tired. Hot and tired, I guess.
Now, what all did you do in your 20 years at the fire department? Did you go up, down, what all?
I was a volunteer, and of course, at that time, Pete Pender was the chief. I'll never forget when I first went on. It's not like it is now. It was more laid back. I wear a size 10 shoe. First pair of boots I had to be 14s or 15s. I could hardly keep them on my foot. I guess after Pete left, they formed squads. They formed a steering committee, which I was, I guess, chairman of the volunteer steering committee. Started as a volunteer, ended up as a volunteer. That's about it. There was no grade level there. You just start work, and I know at night, and the older you get, the 2 o'clock in the morning, the 4 o'clock in the morning, alarm going off. I'm so old I can remember when we had boxes on the poles where and the horn went off uptown and told you where the street was and that type of stuff.
God, what's the funniest thing that you remember, or story that you heard, or were part of?
We talk about Erskine, they're all funny. I guess the funniest thing, and I guess it wasn't funny, we went to a fire, house was on fire. Had a couple gung-ho young ones, I guess, and instead of opening the front door to go in, they kicked it in. It wasn't locked. They just kicked it in anyway. I think the second most funny thing is a couple went on vacation, and they set some bug bombs off in their house. I don't know, Cam, do you remember that?
I remember things like that.
Anyway, I don't know how many they had set off, but anyway, it fogged up the house, and of course it set the fire detectors off. So we went to the fire, and when we went there, all we could see was smoke in the house from the bug bombs, and they had the sliding glass patio doors. So, and everything was locked since they went on vacation, so the only thing we could do was break out the black glass doors to get into the house, and once we got in, all we found were bug bombs. I think that was the funniest thing.
Talk about a little bit the fire department then and the fire department now.
As I said earlier, when I first went on, it was a lot more laid back. The equipment was fine. We had a couple trucks, the old air packs. Training basically was more of the check hose, check equipment type stuff, make sure look for leaks, stuff like that. As we progressed on, of course, we've got departments everywhere now here in town. A lot of trucks, a lot of new equipment. The turnout gear is better now. The old air masks that we used to use, they've been improved a whole lot now. Training is better. I think when I first came on, we had like 40 or 50 volunteers and maybe 12 paid guys. Now it's no volunteers and all paid guys. As I went through, of course, Pete Pender, when he left, Doug Nance took over as chief. Doug taught me a lot. I think Jeff Baker taught me a lot. Of course, I'm an ex-athlete in town, and I've been on a lot of teams, and as I told Doug one time, I enjoyed the fire department team more than any team I've been on. At no time, if I was in trouble, did I really worry about it. If I had financial trouble at home, if I had health problems, if I was in trouble on the fire, the guys I could depend on. I'll never forget, my father died, and they brought the fire truck to the funeral. So that was something nice. But it has changed a lot now. The training is more intense now. We were just a bunch of laid-back guys who volunteered to fight fires. Most of us out of shape, but we got it done. And now it's more intense. They expect more out of the firemen now, as far as training. We had excellent training. Jeff Baker did a real nice job with us. Doug Nance did a real nice job with us. I wasn't under West Spring very long, just a couple of years. But, everything seemed to be progressing very well.
What was the hardest fire? What was the one, as far as fighting it, controlling it, what was the hardest one?
Hardest fire I've ever been to, let's see. I still think the wood fire that I mentioned earlier, because it is spread everywhere, and it was up in the trees, and it was hard to get to, and at that time it was the middle of the day, it was a 90-degree day. Everybody was exhausted. We had to come in at different angles, and I said before, when I got through, I had to get in the truck just to cool off and have somebody unzip my turnout gear because I didn't have the energy left to do it.
What was the funnest part about what you did that you liked?
Well, I think we met once a month for training, and of course, you get a bunch of guys together. There's going to be some cutting up. Some of the fun things, we got the tower truck, we got the ladder truck. Some guys were a little afraid to go up that high. I enjoyed going up that high. I think the tower truck is at station number 2. We went straight up in that thing, and it's fine up there. You're wiggling around. You can see Charlotte great from up there. It's unbelievable. The problem is when they turn the water on. You're sitting on top of that thing, and it's doing this once you turn the water on. So that was a fun part of it. And we cut up a lot, just like guys do.
Yeah.
It was a good team. At no time, and this is one thing I really liked about the fire department, was at no time did I ever hear any negative stuff talked about or junk talked about any other firemen. We were all one team. We had a good time. We cut up with each other. Everybody was friends, and everybody took care of each other.
Yeah. What was your favorite? Do you have a favorite truck or piece of equipment, or that you
I like the old 61 truck. You remember it?
61?
I think it was number 61.
Oh, 661.
661. It was yellow.
That's
The
on
original?
engine 5 right now.
Yeah.
It's
I like
pretty
that
much being
truck.
retired now.
I did have one of the, at that time, captains. I never driven a fire truck, and I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but he let me drive it. And it was the old, Cam, help me, it was the old stick shift.
Well, that wasn't that one.
That wasn't 661.
That was probably the first custom they had,
Right.
which was the old Howe.
Anyway, I got up in that thing and drove it. First thing I did was take that thing up and pop the knuckles. But I did drive it. Now, when we got back to the station when I first started was behind the municipal building. And of course, I didn't try to back it in the bay. I wasn't that good, but I enjoyed doing that. That was fun.
let's see. How many people were on the fire department when you were there?
I think at that time we had 12 paid guys, and I think there was 40 or 50 volunteers.
Okay.
Kept adding volunteers. Of course, when you go to a fire, if the fire did go off, the paid guys go on shifts. You knew you had 3 or 4 there.
Right.
But fortunately, the job I had, I could leave during the day if there was a fire. I could go to them. At that time, most of my time, we did not make emergency calls, or all we went to were fires.
The fire.
Oh, you didn't go to first responder
We
calls.
didn't
Y'all
go.
just responded to the
Right.
fire alarms, the fires themselves.
Yeah, about the last 6 years or so.
Yeah.
We had to go to the medical calls.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, what would you pass on to today's firemen, tomorrow's firemen, about your experience and all?
It's a great team to be on. The guys now, it is a career opportunity for them. It's a great career opportunity for them. The pay is a lot better now than it used to be. I think when I first started, we got $5 a fire. And if you were there all day or you were there 5 minutes, it was $5. And I think that was just what paid the gas to get there. It did go up to $10 before I left, but it's just a great team. If I could pass anything on, it's a good career opportunity for any young guy. It's a good team, like I said, to be on. I wish I'd done it early. I'll be in my life, I wish I'd have gone with the fire department. But at that time, I needed to make a little more money. They didn't pay a whole lot, so I needed to go in another direction.
Let's see. Just trying to think of one of the questions I asked. Can't think of it now. Library moment. Anything?
Covered a lot.
Yeah. Anything else? I mean, anything you remember? Or?
Yeah, I did have the opportunity to see the first female firefighter come on as a full paid
Okay.
fire person. I was on when the first Afro-American was on the fire department. A lot of changes, but as it started out as a brotherhood, it is still a brotherhood. Everybody takes care of everybody on the fire department.
You're right.
Yeah. I can't think. You got any other?
I think that's.
That's it.
Not enough.